Well, hello, friends and family. Welcome to Jim's In Town Gardening and also Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. Here I am, same day, Friday, and I just saw the date. I think it's the 16th. I think I had said the 14th to 15th. I made the correction on the video. I think it's the 16th. Anyways, I'm back again, and now we're going to plant broccoli and cauliflower, some Brussels sprouts, and also cabbage. So I thought I'd take you along as I do that too. Hope you don't mind if I sip on a little bit of cold coffee. I don't drink a lot of coffee during the afternoons, but I just I felt the need for a little bit of coffee, and doing something I don't do a lot often. I've got flavored coffee. Actually, this is raspberry. Yeah, and I love raspberries. That's something I wish I had, was raspberry. I could grow raspberries and blackberries. I don't have a lot of room here, and a lot of the room that I've got is garden space. So 3 different types of broccoli that I'm going to grow. The first one is, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, Calabrese broccoli. The other one is Blue Wind hybrid, and also a Sun King broccoli. So, just like with my tomatoes, for those that watch the video, I do the same thing. My soil is my seed starting mix. Now remember, you don't need nutrients in your seed starting mix. Everything that seed needs is in it. I'm not going to take you through a Bible lesson, but you don't need the nutrients to get it started. That little seed, which is right there, there's a piece of dirt on my finger too. Anyways, that has everything it needs to germinate and to start. Now, once they get going, then it's going to need some nutrients. And I've even played around with the idea of possibly doing a tea that I could, once the stuff gets going, that I could put in here. But I don't think they're going to be in here that long. I'm going to get these out as soon as I can. They may be 2 or 3 inches tall, and I may put them out depending on what the weather is. I've got some other things that I want to play with, as far as I have a real bad problem here with the cabbage moths. You see those little whitish, there's a little yellow tint to it. They'll fly around your garden. Well, those are the cabbage moth, and they'll lay eggs on any of your cold plants. And then there'll be a little green worm, and that little green worm will devour a plant in not much time. But the other thing, when you bring in cabbage or cauliflower, broccoli, any of those, usually what we will do is soak them in salt water for a bit. And normally that will kill them, but even still, you're going to have some that stays, and that just grosses my wife out. So a lot of times she won't eat broccoli that's been infested with those. So back a couple years ago, I had gotten this tube bending thing from, I believe it was Johnny Seed. And you can bend conduit. And what I'm going to do is I've got the 4-foot one, so I can bend the hoop for a 4-foot row, and that's what I plan on doing, and putting that, it's a very, very light material that goes over them, and that will prevent the moths from coming in there and laying their eggs. So that is my goal. The other thing is it adds a little bit of frost protection, so I can get these guys out there earlier than normal. Now, with your cold plants, they will take a mild frost. They're not going to take a hard freeze, but they will take a mild frost. So Anyways, my soil is moist. You saw it when I was doing my tomatoes. Now, this is about an hour and a half later. I ate lunch. My wife had some really good news, so I had to spend some time with her. Anyways, my soil is moist. Now, I have loosely placed the soil in my seed cells. Now, unlike broccoli, unlike tomatoes, unlike peppers, these guys want to be in about a half-inch deep, where your tomatoes and pepper seeds want to be planted a quarter of an inch. So make your divot a little bit deeper. Now, these seeds are smaller. So I'm going to plant the one variety of broccoli first, which is the Calabrese. Now, I know a lot of people will say drop 2 seeds in each cell. They'll say the same thing with your peppers and tomato plants. I've never done that. I guess you can call me a cheapskate, if you will. I normally have very good germination success, so I plant 1. But you know what? You do what you want. These are your seeds. If you want to do that, go ahead. Now, I did have some pepper seeds that didn't come up as well as I thought, and I am going to replant those. I probably won't video that, but I probably will replant those because I want a lot of peppers this year. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to plant my broccoli, my cauliflower, my Brussels sprouts, my cabbage the same way. After you've planted them, if you want to mist them, you can. All you need is a little mister bottle like that. And all you do when you get all done, just, mist them so you get the top. After I get these in, and I'll take you back when I get them all planted, but put a dome over it. That way you keep the moisture. I choose to keep them in a dark area in my grow room. What I'll probably do is turn a seed tray upside down on top of this one. That will keep it dark. As soon as they germinate, you want to remove that cover. And then just, keep watch of water. If they need water, if you see the top start drying up, then you want to get some water. And water from the bottom. Just lift one of your cells up. And what I do is I usually fill this up, not quite half full. And that will get me by usually 2 days. Usually on the second day, it's time to water them again. So, now what they recommend, start broccoli seeds indoors 4 to 6 weeks before transplanting. I'm hoping this is going to be somewhere around 4 weeks. Plant seed half-inch deep, 2 inches apart in rows 6. This is if you're planting out in your garden. In rows 6 inches apart. Germination should take between 4 and 10 days. Now, my guess is I'm going to have these guys come up in about 5 or 6 days. I don't think it will take the full 10 days. Then when seedlings begin to touch. Again, I don't believe I don't think they'll reach that period. They're going to be out in the garden before that. And I hope that I can bring you along when I do plant outside. That's an exciting time for me. I love getting stuff outside. I love having that sun beat on me, listening to the birds. When I'm out in my garden, it's a lot of time is when I spend time in prayer. Oftentimes, it's when the Lord gives me messages for the sermons. Okay, so let's see, my first one. make sure if you're planting a bunch, I mean, it isn't quite as important with these as it is others, unless you want to keep track of each variety of broccoli or cauliflower or whatever that you're doing. Make sure you have your a marker for each one. See, I like to know which ones do well for me, and that will determine if I do it again or if I give it another try. Maybe it was just a particular year, a particular seed packet. But one thing, some maturity is a little bit longer than others, so that all plays into it when I'm planning and what I'll get the next year. My wife and I use a lot of broccoli. There's a lot of dishes that Leanna will make with broccoli. Cauliflower. Now, for those that are following Leanna in the kitchen with Leanna, there are quite a few cauliflower recipes that she does and we love. So when she has fresh cauliflower, we'll be doing that again. So there'll be some really, really good recipes that you can get from her on that. I know one that she uses. It's using both broccoli and cauliflower, and oh, it's so good. So, friends, I'm going to continue doing this. I'll bring you back when I've got them all planted, and I'll show you what I do after. Okay, friends, welcome back. So I've got everything planted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it in the in my seed rack. And you can either use the clear dome. I keep them dark. I keep them dark until they germinate. And it works well for me. Now, I've got a bunch of domes that don't seem to fit these trays real well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a tray. This is an older tray. And one of the corners, right there, I don't know if you can see it or not, has a leak. So I definitely, actually, there's one right there too. I don't want to use that in my seed rack and have water go all over the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover it like that. That keeps it dark. It keeps the humidity and stuff inside. So there we go. So friends, thank you so much. Now you know how to, if you never planted broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, or Brussels sprouts and you want to try it, there you go. That's all I do. Till they go outside. When I plant outside, I'll bring you along with me, show you how I do it. Really excited to get that netting over the plants too, to prevent those nasty, nasty, nasty cabbage moths. Anyways, I want to thank you for supporting this channel. Each one of you that comes to visit and clicks that like button, and especially when you leave a comment and I can interact with you, it means so much to me. I enjoy that. Even for those that are, I know there was a gentleman the other day, I think it was a gentleman, was saying, can't wait till things calm down that I can get into my garden. And I know they were looking to do the back to Eden method. So, all the comments, how do I do this? Or can't wait to see, your plants when they come up, and all those comments. It means a lot. It's somebody's paying attention. Somebody's taking an interest. Somebody might be stirred up enough to try to do this on their own. So, and then there's ones who give hints and tips that they do to help me. You're all important. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Please hit that subscribe button, the like, and let me hear your comments. Thanks so much. God bless you all.